Dustin Rhodes is somehow still must watch in 2025. Toni Storm is comedy gold, and Will Ospreay clearly didn't care that much about Mark Davis. I'm Ben Allison, you're watching Allison Analysis. I've analysed last night's episode of Dynamite, and here are my 5 key findings. In at number 5, how is Harley Cameron so good at so many things? It's almost starting to get annoying now. How on earth can a human be so good at so many things? I'm legitimately jealous. And also, how did it take her being on TV for 3 years for us to find out all this? She's an amazing singer, she's a great actor, she's a good promo. Every single time she's in the ring, she improves. Plus, she can play the guitar, and oh, now apparently she's a professional ventriloquist as well. I don't understand it. How can somebody be this good at so many things? And again, how did it take so long for AEW to actually utilize it and for us to find out that she is so good at these many things? I don't know, but what I do know is that I want to see Mercedes Moné versus her at AEW Grand Slam. I am sold on it now. I want to see her in Australia, and this story, yes, it's been a little cringy, but I don't mind that. It sold me on it. I want to see the match now. In at number 4, I'm loving this Big Bill and Powerhouse Hobbs feud. Now, at the start, I was enjoying the learning tree gimmick, but as weeks went on, it's gotten more and more stale, and truthfully, at this point, I don't care for it at all. But the one silver lining has been Big Bill. And over the past few weeks on Collision and Dynamite, the brawls which Hobbs and Big Bill have been having are absolutely excellent. It's the best thing which both men have done in quite some time, and I am loving it. And it's even better because it's two hugely underrated guys who usually don't get the praise they deserve. But it just seems like universally everybody's enjoying this feud right now, and I love that for them. I was lucky enough to be at AEW Dynamite in Cardiff last year, and that was the episode of Collision. Sorry, Dynamite and Collision, I should say. That was the episode of Collision where Big Bill just randomly got incredibly over. And in Cardiff, he was like the most over star on the roster. We were all cheering for him, and it was amazing. And it really did annoy me that they didn't really capitalize on that. Like, I would have made that a big deal for weeks and weeks about how over he was randomly in Cardiff. Like, maybe have him wearing, like, Welsh gear in America or something like that just to be a bit funny. But the fact they never capitalized on that did kind of frustrate me a little bit because I thought there was something to do. But it is good now, and it did take months, but it is finally translating a bit more to America, and he is finally getting more over there again. Because he is somebody who's overcome so many struggles, and I don't think that's something which people really talk much about. And people were talking about it for quite a while when he first left WWE, but then for a couple of years, people just kind of forgot about him until he reappeared. And honestly, he's been doing a great job in AEW. I do hope when the eventual match does happen between Hobbs and Big Bill that it is a Dynamite main event. I think it wouldn't get enough time on a pay-per-view, and it definitely should not just be on a Collision or a mid-card of the AEW Dynamite. This deserves the main event slot. They deserve a moment where they got a ton of eyes on them and they can deliver. In at number 3, Toni Storm's performance as Mariah May was golden. From the attire to the in-ring work to the entrance, everything she did looked so much like Mariah May. I mean, Toni Storm is a star. And the fact Mariah May was on commentary for the entirety of this was so good as well. And she was getting so frustrated. And yes, it's over the top. Yes, it's very sports entertainment-like. But yes, I also loved it. It got everybody talking. Online, everyone was just going on and on about Toni Storm dressed up as Mariah May. And it was just thoroughly entertaining. And now I'm even more excited to see their match next week at AEW Grand Slam. But I don't want Australia to be the end of the feud at this point. I really don't. I think they can still do a bit more with it. If I was them, I'd have the main event Grand Slam next week, obviously. But then I take this feud all the way to Revolution and have the main event Revolution as well in a 3 stages of hell match. This feud deserves that. It's over a year in the making. The story's been absolutely brilliant. And they've delivered in every single segment they have together. But talking about delivering, I would really appreciate it if you guys could deliver on one thing for me, and that is hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and commenting down below. I really do appreciate it. Here at Wrestling Republic, we create between 5 to 10 free videos every single week, and in addition to that, we have a live stream every single day at 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern over in America, and 12 p.m. Pacific. I hope to see you guys there, and thank you so much for watching. And in at number 2, Will Ospreay got over Mark Davis turning on him way too quickly. If my best mate suddenly turned on me and joined my rival, I would not very simply just question them for 30 seconds, then go on to have a normal match with them where I do flips and celebrate with the crowd and smile during it and everything. Plus, they're not addressing him on the promo after the match. Very simply put, and I love both these guys, so I don't like the fact I'm complaining about this, but Will Ospreay should have been in denial at the start of the match. He should have been questioning him. He should have not wanted to fight him. Mark Davis then should have started fighting him, and then Ospreay should have got angry. He's gone from denial to anger, and then he's fighting a much more ruthless, aggressive style to normal. No flips, just fists, in the words of the Revival. That's the style he should have wrestled for this match. And when they were in the figure 4 leg lock together, Ospreay shouldn't have been trying to get the crowd to be louder. He should have been screaming at Mark Davis, "Why, Mark, why? After everything I've done for you, you lived in my house. Why on earth are you doing this?" The match itself was fun, it was, so I don't like complaining about it, but ultimately this was one of the least convincing friendship breakups I have seen in my life. I mean, did Will Ospreay just not care about Mark Davis? I mean, I'm almost thinking that coming out of this. Maybe I'm on Mark Davis' side. Maybe Ospreay's just completely abandoned him, and Mark Davis was forced to turn on him. I don't know, but this bugged the hell out of me. But in at number 1, Dustin Rhodes' promo with MJF was truly exceptional. I don't know what happened to that MJF and Jeff Jarrett feud, but what I do know is in 2 minutes, Dustin Rhodes eclipsed everything that happened in that program. He delivered an insanely good promo, tearing MJF apart. The crowd was loving it, and MJF responded with a good promo himself. This will undoubtedly only be a short program, but after last night, I'm all sure for it, and quite frankly, I'm excited to see the match between the two guys. But what I am also very interested in are the teasers that we are seeing between MJF and Hangman Adam Page as of late. I mean, they are clearly building to something, but what that something is, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm here to see it. Those two guys are two of my favorite guys in AEW, and let's face it, Hangman Page has had a brilliant year, meanwhile MJF has had the worst year of his career, if we're being completely honest. So I really do hope this is the start of the bounce back for MJF, and I'm fascinated as to where this is leading to. Here are the pros and cons from last night's episode of Dynamite in 60 seconds. Firstly, the Around the Arena brawl was a great way to kick off the show, followed by the return of the Guns, adding more depth to that tag team division. Takeshita and Fletcher versus the Hounds of Hell was a really fun match as well, and Dustin Rhodes' promo with MJF was very entertaining and the best thing which Dustin's done in quite some time. Toni Storm's performance as Mariah was absolutely exceptional, and so was the showdown between Big Bill and Will Hobbs. I am invested in that feud, and Swerve versus Ricochet was a fun main event. But as for the cons, Will Ospreay got over the shock of his best friend turning on him way too quickly, and that bugged the hell out of me, and the finish to Swerve versus Ricochet looked really naff if I'm being completely honest. But overall, the show still will get a subtle round of applause off me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But that's all my thoughts on last night's episode of AEW Dynamite. Also, are you guys enjoying these new 60 seconds pros and cons at the end of Allison Analysis? If you are, let me know down below in the comments. And I will keep doing them if people like them. If they don't, then I won't. But I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a great day. Peace!